Hello, football fans, and welcome to Football Explained. In this channel, we are going to share our passion for football, present you interesting facts, analyze the techniques, football strategies, look back into the history while enjoying the important moments together. In our first video ever, we decided to start talking about women's football. Why? Because women's football is the future. Let's find out together how women's football developed till now and how to make it reach the levels it deserves. The history of women's football is very interesting. It started, it was successful, and then it was banned. It was practiced in England from 1921 till 1971, in Germany from 1955 till 1970, in Brazil from 1941 till 1979. But of course, there was a reason for that. Women's feet aren't built to wear boots. Women's bodies are not made to play football. Single men attend the games with the motivation of finding a woman to marry. Women playing football doesn't match with their role in society. These were all the arguments to justify the ban around the world. So old-fashioned, right? But is this old retrograde mentality that far from nowadays? How many football brands fabricate professional football boots specifically for women? And if they do, how much money do they invest in development of these materials? The rules of women's football are exactly the same as the male football. Equality? No. These rules were made for men by men. And when it was decided to make women's football more attractive, which idea the guys came up with? Shorter uniforms to show more of their bodies. Here's the truth. Women are made to play football. Women are made to do anything women want to do. But football was not made for women. Women with all passion and resilience adapted themselves to perform in a sport that was created for men, by men. Despite of the lack of respect, the lack of investments, the lack of support, women's football prospered and found its way to progress. Tennis, volleyball, basketball, all these sports have different rules for women's games. Not because women cannot do something, but because women deserve it. Immediate measures should be taken. A study about size of the pitch, the size of the goals, the weight of the balls, and an investment into physiology specific for women performance, qualification of staff specific to women's football, marketing, organization, club structure, fan base, everything related to the sport should be a specific department so the sport can develop properly and individually. The time for adaptation should be in the past. There is no more questioning about women's ability to play football in a high level. Now, it's time to give women the tools and the possibilities to perform in a level which the product women's football would be highly attractive to sponsors and to fans. As mentioned earlier, women were prohibited to play for decades. The leagues didn't exist, and they still don't exist in many countries. The progress is delayed, and following the history of the male football, the position that will develop the latest will be the goalkeeper. Today's women's football games are not as competitive and qualified as it should be because of the liability of the position of the goalkeepers, the physical disparity between high-trained players and amateur players. This makes the games not as competitive as audience expects. The development of players since they are children, programs to extinguish this mentality that football isn't for women, promotion of women's football legends. Believe me, there are amazing football players who go under the radar just because of lack of promotion and visibility of the sport. Women's football deserves a spotlight, and it will only really come when serious effort will be done in that direction. If women's football progressed so much through the years without any support or even being prohibited, what will happen when people really invest on it? Women's football is the future.
Brasil coloca na roda o time americano, 3 para o Brasil, 0 para os Estados Unidos. A maravilha! Agora! De gênio! De gênio! Não há palavras para descrever o gol de Marta! Não há palavras! Tá lá dentro! Brasil, finalista do Campeonato Mundial da China invicto! Marta, um fenômeno mundial! Um fenômeno mundial! Sabe tudo e mais alguma coisa tá lá dentro! É verde, amarelo, Godoy!
Carimba, Luciano!